So I'm going to take you on another sketchbook tour. This is a very cheap $5 watercolor sketchbook I bought a couple years ago at Popshelf, I believe it was. And so the quality of paper isn't that great, but I was kind of just starting out playing around with alcohol markers and watercolor. I originally would do acrylic paintings, and so this was just sort of a way for me to get an idea of like what these materials are like. Now I've learned since then I probably shouldn't use the alcohol markers on rougher paper. So there's only a few sketches like this in this sketchbook. And again, this was just, I was just starting out to like try a new medium, and it was, pandemic times, or the worst of the pandemic times, and I couldn't do my photography, and I needed something I could just do at home, right? And so this became one of the things, and like this is actually drawn from one of my photographs that I did. So a lot of what I made in the past in photography became an inspiration to like draw it and make it a drawing and use it for reference points. So that was kind of cool. But these images, again, they're just me playing around with alcohol markers for the first time. So please forgive mistakes or any weirdness. And then also watercolor, which we'll get to. Yeah, yes, here. So this is my first attempt with watercolor pencils and watercolor crayons. And this one was interesting. This is actually gelatos, which a lot of folks use for junk journals, but you can get like a watercolor effect with them, or somewhat like wash. My kitty Whisper. He's a Russian blue, but I decided he should be a purple cat. And then this is just to give you an idea of how bad this paper is. It did start to peel, and then I just kind of peeled it off and filled it in with like a silver crayon because I didn't want to throw away the work, but I'm like, let's just make something abstract, see where this goes. And then again, more getting into the watercolor crayons and trying those out. And these were done, so before I got my Caran d'Ache set, I had the Sargent Art watercolor crayons, and I would say I don't have them anymore. I actually gave them away when I upgraded, because I have so many supplies. But I did like them, and if the very expensive Caran d'Ache are not within your budget, definitely try the Sargent Art, I think. And then I have some other brands I want to end up swatching for you all so that you can get an idea. And these, again, so we're back to the more alcohol markers. This was alcohol marker. No, I'm trying to remember. There's gouache in the background. And then I think this is just watercolor crayon, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. But I'm still learning these things. Again, acrylic was my go-to. I have no patience with things drying, so I really, really had to learn. Again, watercolor crayon. This one is alcohol marker. Some more alcohol marker. And I think that, oh no, I have another. Okay. Oh yes, this is where we get into where I try watercolor. I forgot about this. This one was funny. I thought the fine liners I was using in red were waterproof, and they weren't. So it bled out, and I just kind of went with it for this one. And then these are watercolor markers, actually. It's what I was using with these pieces. So, and I love my foxes. You will see lots of foxes. And I kind of wanted to just do this like woodland creature theme with these. So I have my little raccoon. Another foxy. This is one of my favorites. The squirrel isn't, I don't know. I don't consider it finished. I just never went back to it. And I kind of just stopped here with him. But I think. Okay, yeah, and the squirrel is actually where it ends. So those are from this notebook. And then I do have, and I tore these out because it was a cheap notebook, and I didn't like the paper very well, but again, for practice, it was fine. So I did one, our cat Max and our other kitty Whisper. That's the inspiration for that. Just some happy frog with a dandelion. And these are watercolor markers. I should say these were watercolor crayons, and then these are watercolor markers. And then my little hedgehog is also watercolor markers. So yeah, these are just some, again, me experimenting with this. I'm so used to acrylic and how quickly it dries, and so I'm just getting like trying to understand with watercolor like how that all works, and what I should be doing versus what I attempt to do, and then it doesn't work out. And then the alcohol marker too, that's starting, trying to go from this and then getting into more, I guess I kind of do like a cartoon style. I like it. I do wish I could do something a little more real, but I'm not going to complain. We'll see where it goes, right? It's a journey. So anyway, if you want to see, again, more of my drawing or reviews, please, like, subscribe, comment too, what products you'd like to see. I'm going to be working through my stash, but as things go along, if I see a good deal on something and I want to give it a try, and I see a lot of people are curious about it, I'm happy to experiment with it. All right, thanks.